Everyone, it's time for us to go and take a look at the Samsung Galaxy A36 and compare it against the iPhone 13. Now, a very big thing to keep in mind is that both these phones are slightly different. The Galaxy A36 just came out like 2 months ago, where the iPhone 13 came out, about a couple of years ago. So there are going to be some slight differences here, but first things first, if you want to pick up either one of these phones, links will be down in the description below. You can get them from there and you can help support the channel at the exact same time. Now, with the iPhone 13, this phone originally came out in 2021. So that is kind of one big thing to keep in mind. That is a little bit of kind of like an older phone. On the front side, you are getting a 6.1 inch Super Retina XDR OLED display. So that type of display and that type of panel looks pretty good for the most part. It's not really too bad, but it is a 60Hz panel with like a pretty big notch. On the Galaxy A36, this phone is basically going through and giving you a much larger 6.7 inch Super AMOLED display. So this panel is going to be much bigger. It is a 120Hz display, and it is a much brighter display at 1900 nits of brightness versus the 1200 nits of brightness on the iPhone 13. So definitely a nicer panel on the Galaxy A36. We're getting a USB Type-C port on the bottom of the Galaxy A36. The iPhone 13 is giving you a Lightning port. On the back side, you're getting a glass back on the back of the iPhone 13. The Galaxy A36 is giving you a glass back as well. So they're both feeling pretty good, but the Galaxy A36 frame is built out of plastic. So that right there is a slight difference to kind of keep in mind there as well. You're getting your camera setups on the backside, which is also very interesting. And when it comes down to the cameras, you're getting some kind of different functionality here. The Galaxy A36 is a triple camera setup on the back. It does give you an ultra-wide camera, but it gives you a macro lens, which is kind of whatever. The iPhone 13 also gives you a wide and an ultra-wide camera, but it is missing that macro lens. You're able to do 4K at 60 on the front and the back of the iPhone 13. The Galaxy A36 can only do 4K at 30 on the back and 1080p on the front. Kind of not the best, I'm not that big of a fan of that, to be honest, but that's just kind of the layout here. When it comes down to the software longevity, this is also going to be one of those big things to keep in mind here. If you are wanting the phone that is going to be lasting you for like a longer period of time in terms of software, the Galaxy, A36 is still going to be supported with software. It's not really going anywhere anytime soon, but something like the iPhone 13 might end up giving you the overall better experience here in some ways, but even then the Galaxy A36 is rated to be giving you pretty long software support right now, so you might be okay actually with that type of device when it comes down to it as well. On top of that, when it comes down to their battery lives, the Galaxy A36 is giving you a 5,000 mAh battery, where the iPhone 13 is basically giving you a 3,227 mAh battery. So from that side too, I'd probably tell you from a battery performance perspective, the Galaxy A36 is probably going to end up being the winner here as well. And on top of those things, when it comes down to their performance, the Galaxy A36's performance, it's going to be giving you a little bit of a different type of chipset inside. Like it's going to be that Exynos type of chipset, or it's going to be that Snapdragon chipset in this case, which is actually not too bad. It's the Snapdragon 6 Gen 3, where the iPhone 13 is going to be giving you the Apple A15 bonding chip. So definitely when it comes down to that one, I will probably tell you that the performance level from that particular situation, it might end up being a better performing type of better performing type of iPhone in some ways than the Galaxy A36. So in my personal opinion, when we kind of take a look at these types of devices, I will probably end up telling you that the Galaxy A36 is a decent phone. It's a brand new phone that you can buy, but it isn't really my first choice. I think there are many other options I would probably recommend people to buy rather than these ones. So that's kind of how I see it. I do feel like no matter what you're really going to do, you're not really going to get a terrible device from either one of these, but I probably would tell you that something like a Samsung Galaxy A36, might not be as good in some ways as something like the iPhone 13. So from that side, that kind of covers it up there. If you have any other thoughts or questions, please let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that will mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.